Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about Gore by Matt Wildasin. And this is from Dandelion Publishing. Look at that cover. You got a chainsaw blade, and I didn't notice the thumbnail on Amazon. You know, all these little crazy hands and stuff coming out. And look at that back cover. Just beautiful. Doom resides within. I'm going to cheat and just read the back cover copy here, if I can. The year is 3035. Earth is running out of resources and is fighting to survive. One last hope for usable energy resides deep in the ice of Europa. The crew of the UUCs, United Universal Colonies, land drill scoured Jupiter's moon for valuable fuels. During one promising dig, the crew came upon two coffins buried fathoms deep in the ice. One contained a man burning with unstoppable rage, and the other housed an ancient cosmic evil. The stranger awoke, as did the cosmic horde. Gore will be spilled. It's very, very tiny print, and my eyes aren't that great, even with these glasses. So there you go. Gore, Matt Wildasin. This, as stated in the author's introduction, is a loving tribute to the video game series Doom. So, Doom is not something that I am incredibly familiar with. I've never played the actual PC game, and it's probably on, like, Xbox or PlayStation, stuff like that. I don't know if it's strictly PC now. Maybe it is. I had a very, very, very I don't want to say clunky, old version. It's a game that I had on my very first cell phone, which was a flip phone, and it was a very, pixelated, slow version. That's the only version I've ever played. I've seen the movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Carl Urban. I've seen the other movie, but not super familiar with the games. So basically, I was going into this without all of that potential baggage. And it's a rip roaring good time. We're introduced to the crew of the ship on Europa, and I sort of picture, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to look like. I just picture this giant cube essentially on treads with a drill in the middle, because it's a mining ship, and they talk about the drill. They're drilling into the surface looking for these resources. So I just picture this giant utilitarian vehicle. But we meet the captain and some of the crew and learn a little bit about, how the rations that they eat and everything. And they're drilling and they find these sarcophagi. And we meet some more of the crew. And the sarcophagi open, shit hits the fan. And so we've got this very large person that came out of the one coffin, and with a crazy weapon, and then all of a sudden just monsters swarming the ship, and the mayhem, the violence, the slaughter, the blood and guts ensue. And it's a race. See, the man-sized sarcophagus that was taken to, like, the science labs, while the giant sarcophagus is in the hold. And so when the shit hits the fan, the captain, the scientist, the guy from the sarcophagus are trying to get to the hold, but there's just hordes of monsters. So there's lots of great violence, cool weapons, interesting characters. There's a bit of a character arc. This is a little tiny slip of a book, And Matt Wildasin is just barreling forward. Once things get moving, they don't let up. And I think if you're a fan of, I said baggage earlier. I said I didn't have potential baggage, but I think if you're a fan of Doom, you're probably going to enjoy this book. Hopefully, you're not going to just look at it and say, what a rip! He's ripping off Doom. I think you're going to see it as the love letter that it is meant to be. And I had something I was going to say and I lost it while I was talking about this love letter to Doom. So I gave this a 3 out of 5. I liked it. It's a 3.5, but you can't do that on Goodreads. I don't know why you can't give half stars or 3 3/4 or whatever. It's an enjoyable, wild, bloody ride. I mean, there's some of the kills are insane. One in particular that I think Matt Wildasin may have mentioned. I think he mentioned it in our interview in a recent episode of My Favorite Horror With that he was on. If I recall correctly, I think he said, I can't remember if it was during the interview or when we weren't recording. But yeah, he says something. And it pops up in this book and it's wild. Crazy creatures. Interesting characters. Yeah, it's enjoyable. Oh, I know what I was going to say. My biggest negative as far as this goes is personally, I would have liked more. I think, and I don't know Matt's writing habits. I'm not in his head, and I just so maybe he felt this was the perfect length. I would have, I could have gone with double this. Give me more characters. Give me more violence and gore. Some people, again, might find this the perfect length, but I enjoyed it enough that maybe there'll be a sequel or a companion piece or something. Since I don't know the world of Doom, I don't know how the stories fit together and stuff. But yeah, I'd like more. So I think that covers everything. Basically, giant drilling operation. Weird guy found in a sarcophagus. Demon hordes. I say demon, but alien hordes? Multi-dimensional hordes? Whatever they are. Violence ensues. Love that cover. Love that back cover. I thought there was something. There is another inside illustration, but I think it's too subtle to try and show on camera. It's just a little black and white. But there you go. Gore by Matt Wildasin. Question for this video. Are you a fan of Doom? I've already explained. Don't really have a lot of Doom experience. I played it a little bit on my little flip phone. And I know there are novels out there, and this makes me want to go and find those novels and read them. I've seen the movies, the one with The Rock. I don't think it's a very good movie, but it does have Carl Urban and Rosamund Pike, both of whom I am a fan of. And I like The Rock, and I like the fact that, spoilers for a movie that's been around for a while, I like the fact that The Rock turns out to be the bad guy. Because you don't often see him playing a bad guy. And then the second movie, which is it Doom Annihilation or something? Is it a remake? A reboot? I don't know. Because again, I don't have the base for the knowledge. But I think, as far as Doom lore goes, it's a better movie than the first one. But it's absolutely a low budget movie where you see the same hallway over and over again. And I think they had the same 3 or 4 people playing zombies. That would, they'd get killed and then just run around behind the hallway and come back as a different zombie. I don't know. That's what it looked like. But it does go, I think, deeper into Doom lore than the original movie. We watched them both on Bad Movie Night one night. I'd already seen the first one, but that's why I saw the second one. So, can't say I'm a Doom fan. I don't play enough video games. It always intrigued me, although I'm not a huge fan of first-person shooters, but I always liked that sort of just walking through the mazes, essentially, the labyrinth, and fighting demons. I would, if I'm at somebody's house and they have a video game system or the PC game and they're like, hey, let's play some Doom, sure. And as I said, I'm interested in reading the novels. But can't say I'm a huge fan. What about you? Have you played the games? Have you seen the movies? Have you read the books? Let me know all that in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections for me, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, Twitter, I am at Ronan5757. On Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, I'm Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. And if you're on Blue Sky, I am at EL Smith. That's all I have for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.